I haven't said Janibek's name all this time for this reason right here. I was waiting on him to say something. So, I have a question. Last year, 12 months ago around this time, people said Demetrius Andrade, ducked Janibek. So, if he fights David Benavidez, is he ducking Janibek to fight Benavidez? Is that a duck? I'm asking. Because I heard like 99% of fans saying that he was ducking Janibek last year. No, never mind the fact that I never heard none of these guys mention Janibek's name ever in my life. Never mind the fact that I've never heard these guys mention Janibek's name. Never. But this year, he's trying to set up a fight to fight David Benavidez, the monster. And for some reason, people have got real quiet lately about Demetrius Andrade's name. Since this fight has gotten some kind of steam on it, now you hear guys kind of quiet. They're not really mentioning guys' names like that. They moved from Terrence Crawford being a duck. Now they focusing on Frank Martin. Frank Martin just had his showcase fight, last year, 12 months ago? Now they looking for a blockbuster fight from Frank Martin. They went past all these other guys who haven't fought a top guy, haven't fought champions or nothing. But we focusing on Frank Martin. Let me get back to the Demetrius Andrade thing, because this right here is crazy. We're not holding guys accountable. We're listening to crazy headlines being made. And I don't understand it, because for 10 years plus, I've been hearing guys saying, oh, he don't want to take the hard fights. 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 Now, Demetrius Andrade, he don't want to take the hard fights. But just said that about Terrence Crawford. But then you'll turn around and say, oh, those guys over there on the same side as Spence, they didn't want to fight him. Do you know guys were saying that it was guys on the same team as Spence that didn't want to fight him? But they'll sit up here and say a guy who's with another company is supposed to fight him? And if he has trouble fighting him, it's his fault? Even though they already have trouble over there before he even got over there? Like, man, what kind of weirdo stuff is going on, man? Like, dudes are sitting up here taking food, bringing people value down. Like, it's not even cool no more. Like the Janibek thing, and then you got the Frank Martin thing. Like, bro, focus on the fighters who actually got 30, 40 fights already before you focus on the guy who got 20, 15, 20 fights and then try to say he ducking somebody. Come on, man. 15, 20 fights, he ducking somebody. All right. All right, that's your standard? That's your standard now. Okay, cool. Not the dudes who 30, 32, 33, 34. Not them guys. But the guys who 24, 25, like Shakur them, let's focus on them. Let's get them, let's run them through the blender and get them to beating up on each other, because the guys who 30 plus, we ain't trying to really get them to fight each other. We ain't pressuring them to fight nobody. But we'll pressure these young guys. And then the guys like Demetrius Andrade, who's called out Canelo for years and called out other guys, we ain't gonna pressure him, pressure Canelo to fight nobody who's mandatories and all the other stuff because he Canelo. Man, look, I'm looking at Canelo's resume now. He has to fight to take the fights he's fighting right now. That Kovalev fight, that was that couple of years ago, a few years ago, 3 years ago, something like that, 4 years ago. That fight doesn't even look impressive. If you look at it now, it doesn't look impressive, because it's like, oh, yeah, he did do that. But Kovalev lost to a couple of guys undersized. Even though they was Hall of Famers and great fighters, it's like, well, then you look at other stuff, you're like, well, then you see in the whole Terrence Crawford and Spence thing, you're like, oh, but then you see Demetrius Andrade taking the fight, and now people quiet. Oh man, I love it. I love it. I love it because when you hear guys yell at the top of their lungs about how a guy's trash just for a long period of time, and they have so much content saying how this guy is a nothing, he's a nothing, he's a nothing, he's a nothing, and then you turn around and he's something, and you gotta say he's something so you can keep your train rolling. Now you gotta turn around and say, well, he is something because the eye don't lie. It's kind of pathetic, man, for real. It's kind of pathetic. And I'm gonna drive this narrative on home. This narrative right here, I'm gonna squash all this because this is the thing I don't like. Because I be having dudes uh coming at me about why did I support Crawford and why do I like Crawford and who is Demetrius Andrade and who is this guy? Just like Zhang. I heard somebody say to me a couple months ago, who is Zhang and who is this guy? And I had somebody say to me, who is Esau Cruz? Oh, Esau Cruz a bum. He lost he beat Tank. Tank lost to a bum. They was calling Esau Cruz a bum after Tank fought him. Go look it up. They was calling him a bum because they didn't know who he was. He was a late replacement. They was calling him a bum. Experts. I never one time knew he was a bum. I knew he was a great fighter. I was like, he a good fighter, man. A bum. Think about that. They was calling the dude a bum right after Tank fought him. These are the people that we're listening to? Really? Man, come on. But Demetrius Andrade and David Benavidez is killing all narratives at once. And it's making Canelo look crazy. Like, if the Benavidez and Andrade fight happens, it's only going to make Canelo look worse. Especially if the fight is, let's just say the fight is better than Charlo and Canelo. In my mind, I know Benavidez Andre will be better than Charlo Canelo. I'm sorry to say it. It is what it is, but both of them dudes ain't jumping in the ring to not fight for their life. This ain't no blockbuster fight that they putting together. It is in my eyes, but to the average fan, they say Demetrius Andrade is a bum and all this other stuff, but he has more accolades than your favorite fighter. But anyways, and he's undefeated. So in my eyes, it would be a bigger fight, but it will show people that everything they said has been a lie. Everything. The dude has been fighting. If you look at let me give you a good example. If you look at the European fighters he's fought, I don't know if it's Liam Walsh or whatever. Uh, it's a couple of guys. I don't know. They got a lot of Liams in UK and in Europe. But I think he was an Irish fighter. I'm not sure, but he has a lot of guys on his resume that has went at it with decent competition, like Gabe Rosado. I want to say Jaime Munguia had a tough fight. I'm not sure though, but it was a couple of guys that had tough fights against some guys that people said he was bomb. He fought a bomb. It was a bomb. Oh, he fought a bomb. But that guy had the next fight he had against good competition, top competition. He looked good against him. He just looked very bad against Demetrius Andrade, and he didn't get a knockout. Everybody don't get a knockout in the fight, man. I'm sorry to tell you. Some people just beat you up. Everybody don't get a knockout. But that narrative is going slowly dying down. If you see that content, as far as he hasn't done this or done that, that narrative is dying away very quickly. In boxing, you're going to find out who the cream of the crop, especially when guys actually start fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing I can say. Tank has actually fought decent competition. Other people has actually fought decent competition. Once you open your eyes and see that, oh man, he fought this guy, that guy, that guy. Whoa, he's doing that? That's crazy. But over time, you'll see. But can you say Demetrius Andrade is a bad fighter, or he's not one of the best after he get in the ring with David Benavidez? It looks like a beast if he does. Yeah, that narrative going away real quick. A lot of people starting to prepare for a lot of excuses of, oh, why? Because as soon as people heard that he was accepting the fight, they're like, oh my God, why would he do that? Why would he do that? This the same guy who didn't accept the Canelo Charlo fight. He don't want to fight this person. He don't want to fight Charlo. Oh, he ducked Charlo. Oh, you remember when he was supposed to fight Charlo and he pulled out the fight? Oh, he pulled out a one fight. And now he's a duck for life. Come on, man. Them narratives going away real quick. And respect to David Benavidez. He a real one. That's why he one of my favorite fighters. He can be Mexican. He can be El Salvadorian. He can be whatever he needed to be. But yeah, that's Ecuadorian. But that narrative going away real quick. And the year of boxing is getting just better and better and better. Now people are saying, oh, well, I don't know what to prepare for. Let me just try to say, it's hard to pick favorites now because your favorite's going to end up looking way crazy after all these superficial attributes you've thrown on him. This guy's a monster. He's a big fish. He's a this. He's a that. Now when you turn out and see, you like, oh man, this guy's just a regular boxer. Yeah, and you have regular skills as a fan. Just be a fan, bro, and learn. Everybody can learn. I can learn. I'm learning now. I had to learn, sit back and say, oh, you know what? I probably say like 5 years ago, I had to say, you know what? I wouldn't say 5 years ago. I'd probably say 8, 9 years ago. I said, man, this boxers overseas that are good too. It's just not over here. And that's when I ran into Tyson Fury for a while to fight him. Just a lot of guys. Zhang, he's always been a good fighter, but people always want to say, I guess they think by looks or by the height or if you from the streets or if you not. But nah, those narratives going away real quick. Real quick. We accept the tough fights over here. Especially everybody I'm supporting. If I support a guy, if I co-sign somebody, he ain't no duck. He ain't taking no weak fights. He probably being ducked, but I don't support no ducks. That's one thing that goes on. I call out a duck real quick, but I don't support no ducks. I don't support no ducks. And Frank Martin said the same thing I said in my video. Bro, I'll fight somebody. Bro, that dude will fight somebody for free. In the streets. Dudes been fighting for free in the streets. Why is somebody gonna duck a fight? And then somebody knowing in boxing, you could be right back in the street quick. It's only a couple of promotional companies. So yeah, that's all I got. Like and subscribe.